Right. So I'm back after the live inner child meditation I did, I think, a week back. So I'm going to be talking about self love, self compassion, and self acceptance. Okay. Um, don't worry, you're not the only one. If you feel, if you have like a cringe sort of a thing, self love, okay, self care. No, I'm supposed to love everyone else. I'm supposed to be like, giving myself all out. I'm such a nice person. I'm so giving. I always think about other people before me. That sounds like the nice person definition, and I think most of us think of that being a nice person. But think of it like, if your own cup where you're wanting to give to others is empty, what place are you coming from? You're coming from a place of either sacrifice or negativity. Oh, I have to do it. So I think at this point, if you want to be your best self in any relationship, in your work, at home, as a partner, you need to keep your cup full. What are you doing for that? I don't know, some ad might come up saying, oh, you deserve it. No, I'm not only talking about cosmetics or feeling skin deep happy here. What are you really doing for yourself, right? Self love, self care, most importantly, self acceptance is so important. Accepting all of you, all parts of you, the right, wrong, good, bad, some good or bad decision you took, I don't know, 10 years back, 15 years back, 20 years back. I hope I'm not the only one who sometimes thinks that, what, as a 13-year-old, I decided to go into a coaching because my best friend was going into it. And a couple of others, and I just made my life so much more difficult. And I think this was just about a week back, morning 5 o'clock, I'm thinking this. And what am I doing? I'm judging myself. How about sending some love, care, and compassion to that 13-year-old me who was doing the very best you knew you could do at that point? So when you know better, you do better. So that's one instance of self-compassion. Other instances could be just about anything. I mean, we are so harsh and critical of ourselves, and I think you can easily get to see it if something doesn't go your way. So the inner dialogue you have will be a very clear idea of how we talk to ourselves. So talking right, appreciating yourself, celebrating your wins is so important, extremely important. We are all human. And again, most important to remember that there is no success or failure. I know we have all been given this picture that, like, it's so important to be successful in life. Okay, but if you ask two people, like, before anybody else came with the opinion to them about what success is, what do they feel success is for them? Not what the worldview is, not what they have been told, not what they have been conditioned to by anyone they met, peers, parents, teachers, pretty much everything we look around. If you were to ask, I don't know, 5 different people, what does success mean to you? You would be amazed by the different answers that come in, and they don't always fit the regular stereotype we find. So ask the deeper questions. What does success mean to me? What does a fulfilled life look for me? And then work on that, right? So at the end of the day, if you're working, great. Are you feeling fulfilled in what you do? No, I'm not asking you to drop everything and, just go aside and say, oh, that's it. No, but ask the deeper questions. And again, the one thing that I find extremely challenging to get you outside of the rut of things is giving yourself the 30-day exercise. So in that, you, again, pen to paper, write it down. I have got only 30 days left in this lifetime. Okay, no, I'm not coming from the place of like, oh my God, why is this lady scaring me with death? No, I'm saying that because it just brings you to like, okay, this is my time scale of 30 days. What is important to me? And again, like, give yourself some time, go into it, Write it down, what it is that is important to you. If you had only 30 days left, what is it that you would be dedicating your days to? Spending more time with your loved ones, looking deeper, following your aspirations that were lying aside because you had to do this, and this because the day and life and work demanded you out of it. So try and do that. And again, the things that come out sometimes can be so different that what we are actually doing in a day-to-day life. um, Being grateful, just being grateful for all of you, all the challenges that came in, all the things that we feel as failures, because it's just about the perspective of how you look at it. When you look back, you won't be the person you are today if you had not faced those challenges, use them as stepping stones, and be here where you are. So there's no success or failure in life. There's only learning and growth. And I think this reframe has helped me a lot, because I definitely had a very fixed mindset of you are either successful or a failure, or more like anything you do, you have to be successful at that. Now think about it. If you're wanting to try something new, okay, now these things completely work against each other. If you're wanting to try something new, grow your horizons, but at the same time you're like so scared of failing, how can you go full hearted, like wholeheartedly into trying something new? You have to be able to let go of that fear of failure. Just let go of it. None of us were born with the fear of failure or fear of judgment. We all came in with unlimited self confidence. We all came in with really trusting ourselves. That's how we learn to talk, that's how we learn to walk. None of us actually, or even if you see a child, nobody would be seeing that a child fell and thinking, oh my god, I can't stand back up because I'm going to be judged for it, or they are fearing to try something new. I think we have to find that inner child again, really, to align ourselves to try new things, be ready to fail, and every time fail forward, as in, like, what did I learn from it? And this is coming from somebody I was, and even I think to was literally like dead scared of failing. Like, the worst thing that can happen to me is that I fail, but I'm learning to fail forward. Because if you want to grow your horizons, if you want to come out of your comfort zone, if you're learning new things, if you're wanting to go even on your inward journey, anything you do, you have to be able to ready to fail. That's how you learn. You fall, you learn, you get up, you learn to do things better. What do you do to let go of the fear of failure? Now, we are very hardwired beings. We do things a certain way. We have been doing things a certain way. If somebody comes along challenging, you're like, no, 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 I have always been doing it this way. Simple way to challenge your own comfort zone is, my vision board has it right now in front of me. Magic happens at the end of your comfort zone. So how do you expand your comfort zone? You might be thinking, she said she's starting with self-love and self-acceptance. How has it gone wavered over to the comfort zone? Again, it's you really, really need to broaden the horizons. Otherwise, your potential is this, and you're trying to live here, literally trying to fit yourself in a box. Okay, that's it. This is what I know, and I'll keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep improving and keep becoming better at it. Great. Broaden your horizons. Magic happens at the end of your comfort zone. Every week, try something new. It could be just the simplest thing. If you are a swimmer and you've been, I don't know, taking a jump from a 3-meter jump board, just go a step higher. If you love to, I don't know, whatever your love is, basically take one step further. If you're worried about taking, I don't know, some big gigantic leap, just one step further, broadening your horizons. You can look into your own daily schedule. What is it that you can do to challenge your own limits? What can you do for self-compassion? We have all the compassion for everybody else in the world. It's like your friend calling you about something going wrong in their life, and you've got all the good advice, all the love, all the care to offer. But then when it's a similar time in your life. All we have is criticism, self-criticism, self-withering words, self-compassion, self-care. For self-compassion, again, at the end of the day, celebrate your wins. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, I celebrate you for. Look into your eyes, I celebrate you for. Some days are more challenging, some days are less challenging, whatever it might be. There's always some good in the day. Appreciate yourself. If there were some challenges, how did you manage? How did you overcome? If you gave in to the challenge, if you literally fell apart, that's fine too. You're still human. Okay? Appreciate that. Give yourself some love. Giving yourself love does not mean only buying clothes, going shopping, Netflix, or I don't know, some material things. Appreciating yourself. Positive self-talk. When I say positive self-talk, it's some people have an idea as if you're trying to get away from the reality of life. No, not really. You're appreciating all the good you are doing on a daily basis. Every life you touch, literally every single life you touch on a daily basis, and we do as human beings. You might be a homemaker, you might be having your own business, you might be a doctor, you might be a teacher, you whatever you do, we have daily human interactions. At the start of the day, go in with the intention that every single life I touch today, every single person I speak to today, how can I help them be more self compassionate? And it's like when you give yourself more compassion, you give others the permission to do that. When you are being your authentic self, when you are ready to accept your own failures, share them, share your story, you are giving other people the permission to take off that mask. You're telling that, yes, I'm human, I made mistakes, I have had failures, this is how I've overcome them. I love social medias, and recently I think I don't know who said it or where I read it, but it's like social media is like a matchstick. You can use it to light a fire, or you can just use it to burn the bun. Literally set something on fire. So you decide how do you use it. On social media, most of all, I think we're in a habit of sharing all the good that happens in our life. And the same thing, yesterday I decided to make a reel, and of course, I shared, well, all the amazing snapshots. We don't always share our struggles, but it's time to do that because that's how you're showcasing all parts of you. Now, it's not like showcasing your dirty laundry. No, it's more about you are human, I'm human. Let's share our humanity together. Let's share our challenges, our struggles together so that we can grow and learn from each other. So I'm going to summarize the last week. I had the opportunity to do a RTT session with this amazing lady, and what gave me the most fulfillment was like, by the time the session is coming to that, of course, the whole session, I enjoy every minute of it, helping the person go closer to their own deepest self, letting their inner light shine bright, helping them challenge the limits, the limiting beliefs that they thought that's it, that's all, I can't go beyond. We all came in with ultimate self-confidence, unlimited self-belief, and every single limiting belief that ever came along was something like an emotional luggage that we gathered through our lifetimes. It could be from, I don't know, peers, parents, teachers, everybody you interacted with, even with the best of intention. Time to face that. Time to face that. Time to face and make a decision whether I'm going to live into this cage that I've built for myself. The sky is not the limit, your belief system is. So, challenging the limits, and you would know when you're challenging your limits because it's like when you're trying to move across, it feels as if you're dashing against the doors and there's this resistance. So, this resistance is a reminder that you are challenging the limits, a reminder that you are actually limitless. You were born with unlimited potential. When I say this again, some people feel this to be unrealistic and just, well, great to talk about. But no, that's not true. We are all blessed with unlimited potential, ultimate self-confidence, unlimited self-belief. We all came in with that here when we were born. Everything that comes in the way of it is something that we have gathered over time. And because it doesn't belong to you, you've collected it over time, you can always shed it away and be you, the most real, the most authentic, the most truly magical you. So, what can you do for self acceptance? The simplest thing is, as I said, at the end of the day, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I celebrate you for, and literally name out every challenge that you have overcome in that week, in that day. Give yourself some love. If you have shed some tears alone for, I don't know, for any challenge that you overcome where you feel like, oh, I'm going to break down, give yourself a pat on the back. Yes, you managed it through, you survived it through. Yeah. What else can you do? Proud list is a brilliant one. Make a proud list of everything that you've done. The proud list could be for a week, a month, a year. This proud list is going to come to your rescue when you are faced with the challenge and the spiral of self doubt comes in and takes you down. So then this list would be like a physical evidence to your mind that, see, I've done this, and this. So I'm capable of, well, whatever comes my way. Yeah. Affirmations are great. One of them is, I have phenomenal coping skills. And we have managed far many challenges and far more things on our way than we give ourselves credit for. So I have phenomenal coping skills. Telling that to yourself really, really helps. You can make a video, just a voice audio recording for yourself, which is about 5 minutes long. And you can say all the things you would like somebody else to say to you, which could be anything. I love you. I love you unconditionally. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all the challenges you've overcome and everything else. Okay. You can play it for yourself in a moment of challenge when you need it the most. Self-compassion. What else can you do for self-compassion? My favorite, looking yourself in the eye, in the mirror, first thing in the morning, telling yourself, I love you, truly, deeply, unconditionally. I'm so proud of all the challenges you have overcome. Be true to your emotions. That does not mean going and drowning in them, but acknowledging them, not wanting to drown them. And yes, stepping back from them is one thing rather than trying to completely disregard that they exist. Today morning, I had a challenging situation where anger literally overpowered me. So this was a moment of choice whether I step back or I just drown into that. I literally had a pounding headache. So it was almost taking control of me. But then I kept reminding me, no, I'm not the thoughts, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the feelings. Reminding yourself to step back, move back, take a step back. The old me would have just either completely succumbed and said things that should not be said and then really regretted it later, or I don't know, just completely disregarded and just absorb yourself into doing something else. No, self-awareness is very, very important for self-care and self-compassion. You need to be aware of yourself emotionally. Learn to name your emotions, what you're feeling, how are you dealing with it. If nothing works in that moment, the emotion is far too overpowering, and you're like, no, that's it, I just don't know what to do. Deep breathe. Just deep breathe. Start taking deep breaths. Taking deep breaths inevitably will help calm you down, help calm all your systems down. It will give you some more clarity of thought, more time to acknowledge the situation, know what to do about it. If ever you feel that you are feeling not enough, try and give your best in the situation and then acknowledge that. Our best can change from day to day. So it's fine. You do the best you can in that moment on that day. That's all. If you want to really compare yourself to anyone, the only person you compare to is the old you. Yeah, everybody is on their own journey, on their own path. We are all so unique. We are all on our individual paths. So always remember, you are unique. You are on your own unique journey. We are spiritual beings who have chosen to have human experiences. We are all in our individual vehicles, and they are physically, mentally, vitally designed in a way that is most aligned to our deepest calling. The best thing you can do for self love and self acceptance is to go deep, dig deep, find your deepest calling, and follow that through. I think that's the best gift you can really give yourself. If you feel, okay, self love, deepest calling, what do I do? I mean, how do I go there? The why exercise really works. What is it that really calls to your heart? If you, okay, so you do so and so for a living, this is your job. If money wasn't a bother, if what is it that you can do on a daily basis, if you were never even paid for it, what would you do? What is it that really calls out to your heart? Okay, think about it, get the feel of it, write it down, and then it's like the seven whys, WHY, seven whys. So once you write it down, then you go a step further. Okay, why is it that I want it? Second why, third why, fourth why. By the time you've got to the seventh why, it gives you the deepest perspective of why is that initial why that you came up with. I'm going to repeat that again. For self love and self acceptance, the best gift you can give yourself is following your own deepest calling. When we dig into our deepest calling, there might be fears, anxieties, limiting beliefs coming in the way. Oh, you can't do this. It could be anything. It can range from lack of self love to low self esteem, low self confidence. I mean, generally, low self confidence and low self esteem come from lack of self love and self acceptance. Three quick things that you can do to make sure that you are walking towards self love. Okay. Following your deepest calling, making a conscious decision to go on the journey to find what your deepest calling is. And then once you have, maybe give 1 hour in a week to that. And then when you can give some more time, give some more time. Find what gives you true fulfillment. Literally gives a blooming smile to your face. For me, it is when I'm doing the RTT session, when I'm doing, by the time the session progresses, like, I can see the energetic lift. I can see that the limiting belief, the energetic block that was literally holding them back is kind of moving away. And I can feel that energetic lift, literally a blooming smile coming onto their face, the lightness all around them. When I do the transformation recording, and it's like you can just feel the energetic lift. I feel fulfilled that I have helped the other person move a few steps closer to who they are really capable of being, of tapping their true unlimited potential. So that's what brings me true calling. I love sharing my own struggles, what I have failed at, what helped me learn, and most importantly about self-love and self-acceptance, because then that is the most important thing that will help you move away from seeking validation from other people, because you can give the validation, the love that you need. No, we're not becoming a community and becoming a hermit or getting, literally becoming closed off. No, not really that. But loving yourself truly, deeply, unconditionally, accepting all parts of you, understanding that some parts of you might be like, the class 1 students who are really naughty, and some parts of you might be these class 10 students who understand your path, who understand what you're doing. So you literally take all of them on board, and then you take the journey. So obviously, the ones who are in class 1 need more love, more acceptance. You give them that, right? So, making a proud list for everything that you've accomplished in the last week, last month, last year, last 10 years, keeping it handy when your mind comes up with self doubt saying, no, you're not worth it, you're not going to be able to do it. So, that comes in handy. Start the day with looking yourself in the eye, looking yourself in the mirror. I love you, your name, truly, deeply, unconditionally. I'm so proud of all the challenges you've overcome. And at the end of the day, I celebrate you for. Okay, again, you're doing this looking in the mirror, looking at yourself in the eye. I celebrate you for. Okay. The mirror exercise, the morning when I talk about, I my day feels completely different if I forget to do it even one day, because it's like yourself, you are almost craving that self-love. Oh, you haven't told me that today. So just give yourself that. You truly deserve it. You truly deserve it. Whenever you feel that there's a limiting belief standing in the way, like, it will feel like, okay, I know I'm capable of doing this. I know this is what I want to do. But then that niggling voice, you can't do it, or self doubt, or worry, or low self confidence, self esteem. All of these are limiting beliefs. None of us were born with it, right? So you can always challenge them. The problem with limiting beliefs are most of them are in the subconscious. So generally, by the time we are about 5 years of age, they are quite deep rooted. And then it's like you literally live the rest of your life with them. So that is where the RTT session comes in. And I highly, highly recommend that because that really changed things for me. So, a rapid transformational therapy session is aimed at challenging that limiting belief. Where does it come from? Going back to the scenes which created these beliefs, different tools that we use in RTT. A few of the tools I go back to kind of brush them when I do the inner child healing meditations. Go to the tools. There are 16 different tools, but then they are more in alignment. So depending on the person who's across me, what they need in the session, 3 or 4 tools, depending on them, the right ones for you are chosen. You go back, you reframe, you understand why is it that. Okay, so forgive giving you a recent example. A 60-year-old person is living by a belief that they formed as a 3-year-old. Okay, I know you're smiling or maybe laughing at this, but yes, I have seen that in a session. And trust me, a lot of us are doing that. Because as I said, your core beliefs, your money beliefs, your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-love. Am I worthy enough? Am I confident enough? Am I lovable enough? These were formed far better. I mean, by the time you were 5 or 6 years old, right? That's when the conscious mind kicked in. And then it's like you go on a repeat that you're wearing those glasses and then you view every other circumstance that comes in your life with those glasses. Time to challenge that. Coaching is amazing. I've got an amazing coach, but coaching really is working with your conscious mind. It unfortunately does not go and challenge the subconscious beliefs. So I think this is where a RTT session can be extremely helpful, challenging the limiting belief. And when that, you can literally go in, find it, reframe, smash it, get it out of the way, and get to the core of it. You are here to unleash your magic within. You are here to be your authentic self. Time to lay off the masks of, I'm so nice, I'm so lovely, I need acceptance from you, I need love from you, I need to hear this from you. If you could fill your cup yourself, you have got so much more to give to others rather than wanting, I want this, I want this, I want this. Giving it out, keeping your own cup full is so much more fulfilling. Right. I always love doing the lives because I think I love sharing my own challenges, my own journey of needing validation from outside. As a child, that was me. Yes, I was the most obedient child, but at the same time, I was constantly needing validation. And then that becomes a habit. And that becomes crippling at one point, when you're feeling really caged with it. I've had my own struggles with low self confidence, low self esteem, and I promise you that you can overcome those because none of us were born with low self confidence or low self esteem. These are all learned ideas, learned beliefs that we made. We can challenge them and we can get past them, right? So, things to take away, do the 30-day exercise. So, you've got 30 days left before it's time to leave this vehicle of yours. What is it that's most important for you? What is it that you're forgetting to do in the rut of things? Give yourself some time, 5 minutes, align yourself, deep breathe, get into the zone. Yeah, so this 30 days. I keep doing it, I would say, every month, couple of months, just to find an alignment to what I'm doing. Is it aligned to what I truly, truly, deeply want? Celebrate yourself. So in the morning, self-love exercise in the mirror. I love you, your name, truly, deeply, unconditionally. I celebrate you for at the end of the day. And accept all parts of you, right? So this is no self-loathing, okay? Everything that ever came in your life, every challenge that ever came, be proud of all the challenges that you overcome, and you're here, with us talking. Proud list. Proud list is like a physical evidence for your mind to show, see, I have done so much. I have, this is who I am. So please don't come with self-doubt to me. Yeah, so proud list, I've got a proud list for a week, for a month, and for the last year, and even 10 years. And whenever the mind is kind of challenging, you come up with that. So I think that's all for the day, right? I'll let you know as to when would be the next time I'll be doing the inner child healing meditation. Feel free to reach out, and I have got a masterclass on rapid transformational therapy. How does it work? And how did it help me literally transform, my ideas of what I can and can't do. So feel free to explore the masterclass. It's there on my YouTube. I'll be in the comments below. I'll have my link tree as well. So there are my testimonials, a lot more about RTT. If you would like to talk about certain topics, any questions you have, if you would like to know more about rapid transformational therapy, feel free to go ahead on the Linktree link. And as you click in, it says discovery call with me. Discovery call is completely obligation free. It's more about we talking about rapid transformational therapy, you getting to know, are we a right fit for each other? Yeah. And I promise RTT works. It transformed things for me, and so it can for you as well. It was absolutely amazing catching up with you again. See you soon. Bye bye.